to be a little tight.
Hello and welcome to Off-Road Gospel. So glad you could join us today as we continue the journey on the Cat. It is day 2. We are on Main 2. Thankfully, there are not as much or as many crazy things going on this particular leg of the journey. There will be some challenges that we face, but I think more than anything, by this point, I'm mentally exhausted.
We got some more. Not as bad.
And you'll see later on, we will have the choice of taking on a challenge or an easy line, and, well, I was all for the easy line on that one. But we hope you enjoy. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We just want to continue to grow this and continue to hopefully bring some encouragement and share some great adventures. So, thank you again for joining. Let's hit the trails.
Left up here for this curve. You're coming up the next section. Put your drivers on the rock and your passenger in between them.
Copy.
Along with forgetting to do extra camera angles most of the time. I don't know if you noticed or not, but as I'm looking back over this, I'm like, I am not calling out any degrees of inclines. I'm not calling out any degrees of being off camber. Honestly, I guess at this point, I am just so focused on trying to stay on the road, not get stuck. Again, you know, it's one of these things. I think that the more experience I get, the more second nature it'll become, and I will think about other things, but just was so focused on the ride and going through the obstacles and getting through them cleanly.
Hallelujah. Well, those are skill and confidence building. Let you know what you can and can't do, you know what I mean?
Let you know what you can do when you have to. pretty out here, though. Oh. Not ready for this.
Playground right here.
I've played enough.
Yeah, that section should really be marked with red, like hard 7.
The problem is there's no other way.
Yeah, no worries. Wait for you to the top.
Come on, pavement.
You did break up the monotony. I mean, I still look the pavement. That was intense. I'm ready for a come down now. This is fine. I'll drive this all day.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Is mud puddle optional? Is there another way around? It looks pretty rutted over there. Well, here goes. Get through it first.
Gotta cool down the puppy. A little overheated right now. It's a bit much for her. Never done any of this stuff. Doing good though. Give you some real treats. You have some that you like. Oh look, mud. This section looks familiar, like one of them. You too. Oof. mud. Lots of it. Mellower roads here soon.
I mentioned earlier that there was an optional line that we didn't even consider. If you look as we off to the left, I think I call it a buggy line.
Buggy line.
It's a bit of a rock ledge, and honestly, both of our vehicles are capable. I think at this point we were just like, we were just kind of like, okay, nice leisurely drive at this point. It is a pretty good thing. You know, maybe the next go round, who knows? Maybe I would take that one, but this time, didn't.
My ZR2 identifies as a Jeep, so it can handle anything.
Oh, nice.
It would never want to be a Jeep. It's always just going to want to be a Chevy ZR2.
From here, the trail became a nice smooth 2-track. From that became a gravel road. From that it became pavement. And a ways down the road, we made it to Windrock and our camping site for the night, where we gave a little download, a little highlights of the day. And I'm going to share that with you right now, and I hope you can stick around for the devotional afterwards.
Well, everyone, thank you for sticking around. Hopefully you can hear this above all the noise. We're at Windrock Adventure Park in Tennessee. Don't know the name of the city, but if you look up Windrock, you'll find it.
Oliver Springs.
Oliver Springs, there you go. And so we made our way from Jellicoe, Tennessee over to Oneida, Tennessee, and then kind of took the main road down to here. So we finished off the last little bit of the Cat Main 3, jumped into Main 2, and it was like paved road, gravel road, you know, no big deal until it became a big deal. It was, from what you can see there, it turned into rock crawling. It turned into some deep mud holes. But Eric, what was your takeaway today?
It was definitely more than we were anticipating.
Yeah.
Got serious real quick, and you just didn't know what was kept coming.
Yeah.
After turn after turn, you think, okay, I got a breather, I'm done. Nope. So definitely wasn't expecting this.
No, and I tell you, the upgrades to my truck were absolutely needed for this. There's a phrase that is used, and I've experienced finally what it is. There was a lot of pucker factor, and the tenseness of your body during some of those things, and definitely some adrenaline going. You get done. When we got done with one section of it, we just had to stop and take a break.
Yeah.
Just because it was just so intense. But I was thankful that I had no way out, and thankfully Eric was leading, and he was kind of helping me with the right line to take, so that helped me a lot. But it was a lot of fun. Definitely, I think if I'd have known ahead of time, I might have second guessed it. But thankfully the truck is more than capable, even when I may not be.
Yeah, I mean, we got our adventure. Put the adventure in the adventure tour today.
Exactly. So if you're ever doing the CAT, make sure you have the right vehicle. Good ground clearance. You need to have a vehicle that has 4-low. In some of the sections, it is a must. Anything less than the 33s, I know I would have been scraping bad. So, but tomorrow,
recovery gear. You gotta make sure to come prepared with something, because if you got in a pinch, having a winch in those rocks, you weren't getting out without a winch.
No.
You weren't towing another truck out of there.
Nope. And that upgrade I was hoping would have already happened, but my bumper hasn't come in yet. So once it does, that'll be going on, and I will have a little extra level of security. But thankfully we didn't need to do any recovery. We got through it, and tomorrow is Windrock. So we're camping here tonight, gonna wheel all day tomorrow, camp tomorrow night, and that's kind of the end of this one. But so far it's been pretty amazing, and it's been very challenging for me. But hey, if you're from the Michigan area and you see a trail that's marked like 4 moderate, that doesn't equate in other states. A 4 here in like Kentucky or Tennessee is like a 6, possibly a 7 in Michigan. So, all right, but anything else?
No, I think that's it.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, and see you real soon out on the trails. God bless.
In Romans chapter 6, verse 19, the Apostle Paul is using an analogy in the scriptures before about how we were once slaves to sin, but we need to turn that and be slaves to righteousness. But he uses this phrase in the NLT. It says, because of the weakness of your human nature. And he uses that as the reason why he was giving the analogy. But I think we need to realize, as human, as people, we have limits. We have only a certain amount of ability, a certain amount of energy, and that we need to know and understand those limits. You can hear on a few occasions when I said looking forward to pavement, different things like that, where I wasn't that I physically wasn't able to do more. To be honest, mentally I wasn't. And as we get into day 3, you'll see that this creeps up on me again. And sometimes we just have to be like, okay, you know what? I'm waving the white flag. I need to take a break. I need to, stop. Because a lot of times, if we have the ability to, we need to recognize our limitation and just say, okay, that's enough for me for now. Sometimes you have to step back. You have to regroup. This is the sort of thing physically we hit limitations, but also emotionally and mentally we hit and our limit, and we have to stop. We've got to take a breather. To that phrase, that which doesn't kill us makes us stronger. No, I think sometimes it feels like it just gets us closer to that which is going to kill us. Step back, take a breather, clear your mind, allow your body to recover, get some food, whatever it is, whatever the thing is. In your spiritual walk, you're reaching your limit. It's time to have some just alone time with the Lord. Look up those promises, look up those things in the scripture to encourage ourselves in the Lord. And also, whether it's our physical health, we can talk to a doctor. If it's our spiritual health, if we have a person we can talk to and share with, if not, find a good, Christian therapist who's going to help you sort things out. If it's with the scriptures, have an accountability partner, a prayer partner. Go to your pastor or one of the ministers that you are connected to and reach out. Sometimes we're going to need help to get through. And if you hit your limit, hey, that's okay. Your limit today isn't going to be your limit down the road. These trails, like I've said before, for a newbie like me, tested my limitations. But the next time around, I'll have some experience. I will be able to handle a little more and be able to get through a little easier, because now I have experience with it. I have the ability now to know what to do. So just realize your limit today isn't necessarily going to be your limit down the road. And it's okay to pause. It's okay to say, all right, enough for now. Let's take a break from this. We'll tackle this later, or we'll tackle this another time. It's okay to hit the bypass. It's okay to be like, you know what? No, I am not in a place today to handle this. Let's tackle this another day. So be encouraged, be strengthened. I pray that the Lord is with you, will continue to be with you. And thank you again for joining and being a part of this. And I hope these little devotionals, little pep talks, whatever you want to call them, are helpful in your walk with the Lord. And just pray God's blessings on you. And we'll see you real soon out on the trail.